You must understand and know the derivatives of love. For this specific video, I'm going to be talking about the similarities and the differences between joy and happiness, because both of those emotions are extremely important and they do have a lot of similarities, but it's also important to understand the difference of joy and love as it relates to sustaining long-term relationships and long-term love. And not just speaking about love through a romantic lens, but to understand joy, you understand community. To understand joy, you understand friendship. To understand joy, you understand family. Or you understand the importance of those relationships and what and how they show up in your life. When we're speaking about joy appearing in love, in the simple things, joy being the thread of love ultimately, right? We think about love as a constellation and what connects the stars together. That is going to be joy, right? I enjoy spending time with you, not just the one-off date. That one-off date, I was happy, I was lusting, I was longing, I was yearning, I was thrilled, I was exhilarated, right? But how do you sustain a date into a relationship? And we can speak about alignment, and we could speak about our similarities. We could speak about our emotional processing. We can speak about our compatibilities. We could speak about our love languages or different types of folk methods and models as it relates to how love is presented to us. But when we're understanding love through the lens of constellation, you understand that the connector is joy. Joy and love in the mundane. Joy is also appreciation. It teaches you the depth of appreciation. Joy teaches you the depth of gratitude. Joy also teaches you the depth of conflict and healthy conflict resolution, because I am not arguing to win. I am seeking a safe landing space for the both of us. Joy is not a me thing. Joy is consideration. I consider you, I consider us. When we think about happiness, happiness is very self-contained. And I'm not speaking about this from a negative lens. For example, I have a birthday coming up, right? I am so happy that my birthday is coming up and I get to do what I want on my birthday. And I am a bit militant when it comes to my birthday. Like, this is the one day I don't want to be annoyed. So I'm going to do everything that I know that is going to make me happy. Self-contained. I am so grateful and joyous of the life that I get to live. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. I'm joyful for the friendships and the relationships that I have been able to bear witness to in my life. I'm so grateful and I'm filled with joy every time I get to speak to my friends, whether it's on a daily basis, whether it's on a weekly basis, quarterly basis, yearly basis. Being in community with my friends, with my community, brings me a joy that words simply cannot describe. And if I continue to talk about it, it will bring me to tears. That is how joyful I am, because I always say that my friendships and my community was the first love story and experience of love that I received, especially coming from an untraditional background. And so I understand what it means to sustain a relationship, because my entire life I was taught to say goodbye first, or knowing that a goodbye is coming, because I used to move every 4 years. And because I had that unique experience where I had to appreciate the moment, I understand the importance of the now. I'm so grateful for everybody that I have been able to not only cross paths with, but connect with. And so when we're thinking about joy, I think it's very important for us to be able to identify how beautiful the mundane is. It is important for us to identify how beautiful simplicity is. In the same way that we are in a love affair with complexities and rigor to some degree in this relationship with a life that requires a lot of effort, I believe that the mundane, that the slow path teaches me slowness through the lens of joy, and in turn teaches me the subtleness as it relates to love. And a subtle love is also an important love. And so when we're thinking about the human experience and the emotions that we experience, that we embody, that we suppress, if you are used to suppressing your anger, your sadness, your grief, I would bet my bottom dollar that you are also used to suppressing your joy and happiness. And as we are speaking about the creating space, right? Creating space for your emotions. I speak a lot about creating space for your rage, creating space for your grief. It's so important for us to create space for our joy, create space for our happiness, right? Again, understanding that happiness is like a self-contained, in the moment, about me. There is no shame to being happy, even if the happiness is just yours and self-centered. You deserve to have both of those things. You deserve to understand love through the spontaneous moments, but you also have the ability, and you deserve to understand love through a lens of serendipity, through a lens of subtleness, and through a lens of sustainability.